All right. What's up, everybody? It's Danny with Danny's Auto Detailing, and I'm from San Francisco, California, and I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm gonna talk about how I go about receiving inquiries and talking to people on the phone and making sure that I can give them the most accurate quote possible. If you wanna know more about that, stick around. But before we get into the video, of course, I'm gonna ask you, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with your other detailing friends. Anyway, let's get into the video.
All right, Danny, what do most people say when they call you?
Yeah, well, first of all, they say, hey, Danny, how you doing? I am looking to get my car detailed, right? And then that's kind of where they stop, and I'll start to ask them some questions. And first of all, I like to thank them for calling, not just go into like the business, because building rapport is very important. And on the phone, all they have is your voice and you. So you've got to come across in a way that is friendly and caring, okay? Because that will separate you from all the other guys out there that are getting calls. So first of all, I'll say, hey, thanks so much for calling, and I'd definitely love to help you out with this. If they haven't given me the year, make, and model of their car, what they're looking for, I'm gonna say, can you give me the year, make, and model of your car and tell me what you're looking for? An interior, an exterior, or a complete detail? I ask them that because on my website, I have those three services, so they usually know. And then they'll tell me what they want. I just want an interior detail, or I just want an exterior detail, or whatever. And then they'll either go into describing what their car's like, but I usually have to do it. And I have a set of questions that I ask everybody that just rolls off the tongue. And I text it to people, or I tell them on the phone, or I email it. And the questions are, does the car have any pet hair? Is there any sand in the car? Are there any stains on the carpets or seats? Do you have any kids' crumbs or food crumbs? I ask them, is there any odor? I say, when was the last time the car was detailed on the inside? And if they're looking for an exterior detail, I ask them if it's parked outside or garage kept. Now those questions right there will give me a general idea about what kind of condition their car is in. Oftentimes they are a little bit vague. They're gonna say, well, it's not that bad. I do have some pet hair, but not a lot. Or, there's some sand, and they'll come out and say things like, well, my husband's a surfer, so I know there's gonna be surf wax and sand in there. We go hiking all the time, so I know there's gonna be like dirt and mud. Anytime someone says pet hair and they say it's not too bad, I don't really believe that. I just know that there's pet hair.
Let's say they go, yeah, we do have a dog. What would you ask next, or how much would you charge them?
They do have a dog with pet hair. That's fine. So I could say, how much pet hair is it? Like, is it in the cracks and crevices, or where does the dog usually sit? Sometimes they make the dog sit in one space, or sometimes they let the dog roam around everywhere. But oftentimes, guys, the customers don't really know how dirty their own car is, because they're driving in it every day. They don't realize how dirty it is.
Hey, Danny, do you get pictures?
Reyes, I don't really ask for pictures. I know a lot of detailers ask for pictures. I don't do that, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Sometimes the customers offer to send me pictures, and I'll always say yes, yeah, of course, send me pictures. But what happens, there's two reasons why I don't ask for pictures. The first reason is it's gonna possibly prolong the time it's gonna take me to get them booked in, because sometimes they're not near their car, and it's gonna be hours before they send me a picture. They might forget. And then I might have lost a customer, or I'm gonna have to follow up with them, or maybe they're not that serious. Now, in my experience, I've called other companies, like I've called a dent repair guy, scratch guy, or whatever, for my car, and they always ask for pictures, right? And I think that's legitimate for a company to ask for pictures, but I think what the problem is that. The problem is that even if the customer is serious and is looking to book something, they might not want to send you a picture. You have to ask yourself, how many people that you ask for pictures actually send you pictures? And if you're not getting a lot of people sending you pictures, what really happening is you're losing customers. So what you got to do is price your packages to them in a way that gives you a price range, so that if you do get to your customer and it is trashed, then you already quoted them a high-end price, which you will quote them. I like to get people booked on the first call. That's just the way I work. Maybe it's because I have a sales background and we really need to get them booked. But otherwise, like I said, I think people might be losing customers by asking for pictures because maybe a lot of customers don't end up sending them.
So you ask questions, you try to book them in.
Same call, yeah.
And then so you don't get the security deposit?
I haven't been burned enough to ask for a security deposit. I don't have a lot of mistrust yet with my customers, so there's really no need for it right now at this time. Not to say that I won't ask for it in the future, but it's just not something that I need to. So for you detailers that do take deposits, what percentage do you take for your deposit? I'd also like to know why you take deposits. Have you been burned before, or is it just something you knew you were going to implement? Drop it in the comments below.
Have you ever went to a customer's house and they cancel last minute?
Like when I'm there?
Yeah. Has that ever happened to you?
No. I have been to a customer's house though, and they weren't there. Because either I think they forgot. They forgot. So I ended up just getting them in later on in the week. But that would have been a good time, I guess, to have a deposit. That's just one time though, So yes, I did lose out on some money that day. I didn't charge them more. I'm not like the vindictive type. I'm not the kind of guy, not that you guys are, but I'm not the type that is spiteful or just wants to be like, well, you screw me, well, I'm gonna make sure I get you. It's more like I'm in it for the long run. I'm in it to build my reputation. My reputation is more important than my customer's reputation to me. So if I have to just eat it a little bit, I'm going to still be very kind, very, accepting of it. Obviously, I'll put it in my memory, but whatever happens, if I ever make a mistake, if they make a mistake, I'm going to keep a positive spin on it. And I'm also going to always take full responsibility for my mistakes. And even if it was just an accident or not that bad, or maybe, I'm still going to take responsibility for it because at the end of the day, it's my business and I need to make sure that I have the best reputation possible. I don't want any customers to have anything negative to say about me or the way I handled it. So I'm not going to lose my temper with a customer. I'm not going to, well, you did this, I need to charge you more. No. We came to agreement before, we're gonna stick to it. And also when it comes to the exterior, I ask, is it parked outside or garage kept? I ask them if there's any bird poop, any bug guts, or any tree sap on the paint, or if there's anything that they think needs attention on the exterior as well.
All right, Danny, so once you have all the information, how much do you quote them? What would you price?
So I already have my prices, my general set price range. A complete detail on a 4-door sedan right now is going to be $350 to $400. That's my range. But after the conversation I have, and listen, it's $350 to $400, but that doesn't mean I'm locked into it. I can decide whatever I want. So because of the intimate conversation I had with them about asking them about their car, if it is super trashed, if it does have a ton of pet hair, if they've been to the beach a million times, I'm not gonna tell them it's $350 to $400. I might say it's $370 to $420 because I need to make sure that I'm being compensated for it. And based on my experiences, there are times where I wish I charged more. So, and people are usually pretty receptive to that.
And let's say there's a new detailer out there and they still don't get the hang of quoting people.
Yeah.
They don't know if they're underquoting, overquoting.
Yeah.
What advice would you have for them?
Just keep doing it. Experience and time will fix things. Because if you underquoted and then you're out there on the job and you're kind of cursing under your breath and you're saying, shoot, I should have charged more. Well, then that's just your learning experience so that when you get that call again and it's a similar situation, you'll know to quote more. Don't be afraid to quote. Don't be afraid. Don't be pissed if you underquoted. you're just gonna learn. You didn't get into this business to just do one detail. You got into this business to detail every day, 5 days a week, do as many cars as you can, make as much money as possible. So it's not about, oh, I messed up today. It's about how can I learn so that I can grow moving forward. So guys, don't worry about underquoting. Don't kick yourself in the butt. You know, you're gonna learn as you go. Make sure you value yourself. Also, maybe decide how much you wanna make per hour. Say it takes you 5 hours to do a detail. Well, how much do you wanna make per hour? 30 bucks? You know, do you wanna make $150 for that detail? Or do you wanna get paid 60 bucks, you know, for that, like $300, right? Like, it just depends. So you can kind of work it that way too.
Hey, Danny, so you give him a quote.
Yeah.
You ever have a customer be like, you can't do it for $250?
Yeah, I have.
And when you first started versus now, did you do the same thing?
Because I have experience in sales and phone sales, maybe in the beginning when I first started, I was super cheap to begin with, so no one was complaining about my prices. Very few times has someone tried to lowball me or ask for a cheaper deal, and usually you have to say no, guys. You have to say no. You got to have confidence. You got to have self-confidence. You got to have morals. You can't. As soon as you stoop down below what you feel you're worth, it brings you down. You know. You got to stay up here. Okay. You got to stay up here, and you got to not worry about losing a customer, because if you're in this for the long run, you're going to get customers and you're going to lose customers. So forget about the one customer you might lose by saying, no, I won't do it for cheaper, and just focus on getting customers in the door. That's all I got to say. And also I had someone on the detail ask, oh, you can't do it for this? And I just said, no, I can't. I mean, that's it. So there you have it, guys. Those are some tips on how I give an accurate quote. Let me know if I did a good job. Is there anything that I missed? What do you guys do to give an accurate quote? And how long does it take you to bring in a customer from when they hit you up to booking? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, be good to yourself, be good to others, and don't detail angry.